Wake up, Nemi gang, because it's the 1st of the month. Happy new month, 1st of November. No nut November, no shave November, whatever challenge you're doing this month, I wish you all the best and all of the success. So this being a new month, I thought it would be the perfect time to take a look at the updated popularity character rankings for Tekken 8 Ranked. Now, as usual, disclaimer, this information is coming from ewgf.gg. These guys have been around for the longest, and they compile a bunch of Tekken data, character popularity rankings, win-loss ratio, rank inflation, all that good statistics, numbers. EWGF is that site for you. So this info is not coming from Bandai Namco, so take it with a grain of salt. It might not be 100% accurate, but hey, it's all we got, so this is what we're working with. So as usual, I'll talk about the top 5 most popular characters, then take a look at the bottom 5, and of course talk about my mains and some of the characters that catch my eye. Because if I talk about every character on the roster, yeah, this finna be like what, a 4-hour video or some shit. So yeah, I just don't have that luxury. Okay, let's talk about the top 5. So coming in at number 1 as the most popular character in Ranked is still Armor King, standing at 13.2 usage rate. Now of course this makes sense, he is the new DLC character. It's only been about 2 weeks and 6 days since AK launched, so it makes sense he'd be number 1. Although he has fallen off quite a bit. Last I checked about a week ago, he was standing at 18.6 usage rate, so he's gone down to 13. And the longer the game goes on, the more AK would drop, but I don't see him going outside the top 10, maybe even the top 5 to be honest with you. But there's been a lot of talk about AK saying he's not as strong as most people thought he would be. So maybe for that fact, people might start dropping him as well, but he's still standing strong at 13.2 usage rate. Coming in at number 2 is Kazuya Mama Mask. And something interesting here to note is Kaz actually beats out King. So before Armor King, King was the most popular character in the game, but he's actually lost to Kazuya and one other character I will discuss later. So Kazuya, of course, what else do I have to say, bro? Kazuya is one of the most iconic villains in just gaming history, bro. He's main protagonist of the T8 franchise, of course. People freaking love to simp on Kazuya. The Kazuya glaze is insane. This whole thing about Kaz mains being honorable, Kaz being difficult to play, like bruh. I don't know what it is about Kaz, but the glaze is insane. So yeah, it makes sense. Kaz coming in at number 2 with a usage rate of 5.5. So kind of crazy how AK is at 13 and Kaz at 5, right? Kind of mad. Then number 3, we have his son Kazama Jin, who also beats out King and makes it in the top 3. Jin also is an obvious one. Of course, this is his game. He is the main protagonist. I think I called Kazuya a protagonist as well. Kazuya is the antagonist, whilst Jin is a protagonist, or he's a starring of the movie or of the game in this case. So it all makes sense as well. The emo boy, everyone loves them some Jin. So I don't even have to say much about Jin, it just makes sense, right? He is the main character of the game. He has been for the longest, so of course he'll be up there as one of the most popular characters in the game. Then at number 4, that's where King comes in with a usage rate of 4.6. Jin had 4.9 by the way, so King at 4.6 at number 4. And when King was standing at number 1 as the most popular character, I did mention how wrestling is one of the most popular entertainment sports out there. I grew up watching wrestling, but that was my era. So just having wrestling in a fighting game, wrestling representation, bruh, easy W, easy popularity. And to make things even better, King is cool as shit, bro. Like, he has a Jaguar mask, his outfit is sick. So it just makes sense, right? King and Armor King being this high up, it just adds up. Wrestling is hella popular and King is an OG, of course, since T1. So the mains are sticking with their boy since the dawn of time. That's why King breaks in at number 4. And closing out our top 5 is Brian Fury with a usage rate of 4.2%. I think the last time I checked, Brian was outside the top 5, just outside, but he has seen a climb. Now, there could be many factors to this. Of course, Brian is very popular due to Ni, one of the greatest Tekken players of all time, meaning the character. Like, who doesn't fucking love Brian? Like, it's goddamn Brian. Come on. He looks sick as well. His half cyborg outfit from T7, iconic AF. Every cosplayer, like every brand cosplayer, always goes for the T7 outfit because it's just that goated. Brian is one of the coolest character designs in fighting game history, in my opinion, and I don't even have to say, just like Kaz, he is him, bro. Brian is him. As and Ash also made a tier list recently, placed Brian and Anna as the top 1 characters in the game. So that might have affected Brian's usage rate as well, increasing his popularity. So that is the top 5, boys. I'm ranking at number 1, Kaz at number 2, Jin at number 3, King number 4, and Brian at number 5. Closing out the top 10, we have Steve, Dragunov, Hwoarang, Lo, and Reina, with Heihachi at 11, just missing out on the top 10. So all these are also very, very popular characters, some of the most iconic characters. Steve, one of the greatest designed boxing fighting game characters ever. I mean, Season 2 Steve was kind of butchered, but he's still very, very unique to some degree. Dragunov, of course, I mean, it's Dragunov, what else do I have to say? Hwoarang, being carried by his mans, Jin. And of course, Hwoarang, Taekwondo, very popular. You know, Asians do love Taekwondo, and Hwoarang in general, he gives off K-pop vibes as well. That just increases his popularity as well. Lo, Bruce Lee, need I say more? Reina as well, closing out the top 10, bro. Like, Reina is mad popular, and despite being such a very difficult character to play and master, it's crazy she actually makes the list in top 10. So shout out Reina, shout out the Reina mains. She does deserve to be in the top 10. I do love me some Reina, one of my favorite female designed characters ever. Now let's take a look at the bottom 5. So at the bottom we have the Bears, Kuma, and Panda. Of course, I mean, I don't even have to say anything. No one freaking loves the Bears, bro. Screw the Bears. Then at number 4 in the bottom 5 is Zafina, something I have talked about a million times, of course. One of the greatest female designed characters, in my opinion. Her design is peak, but the way she plays is very, very weird, right? She's very unorthodox. She might be off-putting for a lot of people that see her for the first time, a lot of new players. So when I look at Zafina, she looks fine, picks the character up, she's crawling all over the place, doing backflips, contorting her torso and shit. They'd be like, what the fuck is this character? You know, so they drop Zafina. So it just makes sense how I should be in this bottom. Then we have Shaheen at number 3 of the bottom 5. Shaheen, man, personality just needs work. He is not very interesting, at least in my opinion. It's just white bread. He does feel good to play. I like his slide gameplay, his cancels with the stances, the crouch stance. I like his unbreakable stuff. But just in general, I think he doesn't really have anything. He doesn't really have aura, right? A cool factor around him. He's just meh, okay? He's just boring, and I think that's what keeps him very, very unpopular, you know, since like back in T7. So maybe a personality buff might bump up the character, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about Shaheen? Is it just me, or is man's popularity kinda ass? And then closing out the top 5, we have Raven. So Claudio was in the bottom 5. Last I checked out the popularity list, but right now it seems he's gone above Raven. So Raven now makes it in the bottom 5, which again is not too surprising to see. Raven is a ninja character, and ninja characters are relatively popular in a lot of fighting games, right? Think of Ibuki in Street Fighter 5, mad popular. Think of the ninjas in Mortal Kombat, Scorpion, Sub. But the difference is the ninjas in Mortal Kombat are very iconic because they also have a good personality, and they're just not that complicated to play. Raven does not have a good personality. His personality is kind of like brain dead, one-sided, just quick one-liners here and there. Then he's very unorthodox to play as well. You can't just pick Raven, mash, and, you know, do good shit or flashy shit. You can't. He goes into back turn, he's cancelling and just getting blown up. So that's what holds Raven back. Now, I do like unorthodox characters like Raven and Zafina. I always say these characters satisfy a certain niche, right? Certain players love these characters, and not every character must have 100% usage rate, right? We should have those characters that are like, okay, this character is a specialist character. You must specialize in that character to actually get good. So Raven does cover that niche, and I do like it like this. But yeah, I would like it if it was a bit more popular. Hopefully he doesn't miss the next Tekken game, because he did just come back. So in the bottom 10, we also have Leroy, we have Claudio, Jack 8, Leo, and Alisa. The biggest surprise for me here is Alisa, bro. She has fallen off. Alisa is like relatively popular, or has been relatively popular, been staying quite in the middle of the pack. So seeing her fall down it's a bit weird to me. Jack 8, of course. Jack is just a very weird character. Tekken 8, man. I don't know what they were thinking with the stand stuff, but to me, it's just not classic Jack. Claudio, I still don't get how is this unpopular. I think Claudio's design is okay, but not too crazy. But even with that, I'd still think he'd make like somewhere in the middle of the pack, you know. So yeah, rip Claudio, man. Leo kind of like Shaheen. Personality is also kind of ass, so I'm not surprised seeing Leo this low. Okay, let's take a look at some of my mains. Of course, Steve, Armor King, Raven, Leroy. I've mentioned all these characters. So Lars is still standing strong, somewhere in the middle of the pack. So shout out to my boy. Hey, Fakumram is still standing strong. Top 3, 4, 5, almost top 15. So he's number 16th on the top 15 list. So seeing Fak hold it down since his release is kind of good. Eddie as well. Anna. Paul, classic character. OG, of course. Lily, people love the hell out of Lily, man. Yoshi is a character I would expect in the top 10, to be honest, but still seeing him this high for an orthodox character is still kind of mad impressive, not gonna lie. Because if Yoshimitsu was released in, let's say, Tekken 6 or Tekken 5, I don't think he'd be this high, but I think he's got a legacy carrying him, kind of like Xiaoyu, right? Xiaoyu also kind of high as well, so shout out Yoshi. Lee doing good, Devil Jin, so most of these characters have stayed the same in terms of popularity. You guys can check out the list on your own time and check out other characters as well. So not much has changed outside of Kazuya and Jin dethroning King from the top 1 spot. Armor King still keeps going down. I have to see how far he goes after this month, because I don't think he'll hold this spot for long. But AK is so freaking cool, I wouldn't be surprised. King held top spot for a long time, and AK is just a cooler King, right? So I won't be surprised if he still stays top 1. I'm wondering to see how the top 5 might shift in the future, but hey, all we can do is wait and see. So there you have it, boys. Character popularity rankings for Tekken 8 as of the 1st of November. How do y'all guys feel about your character? How are they doing? How is your character doing? Let me know in the comment section below. As usual, I enjoy talking to you guys in the comment section, so I would love to hear your opinions on some of the characters I've talked about, boys. Let me hear it. The floor is yours. Thank you so much, as usual, boys, for taking time to watch this video. If you've made this far, please don't forget to that like button, subscribe if you're new, and as usual, boys, with a friend be ever in your favor. GG.